How Christmas was celebrated in the Middle Ages. It took stamina to celebrate Christmas in medieval Europe. The celebration involved 12 full days of feasting and revelry. People would eat, drink, dress up, play games, and go dancing. Christmas was preceded by the month-long fast of Advent. During it, Christians avoided rich foods and overindulgence. All restrictions were off, starting on the morning of December 25th. The degree of celebrations depended on one's social status. Most people would have a pig slaughtered in November. They salted and smoked it to prepare Christmas bacon and hams. Tenant farmers were given 12 days off from their labors. Wealthy lords of the manor served them a festive meal. It began with a course of pasties, sausages, and black pudding. Then 4 courses of fish, fowl, and roast meats were served. The meal ended with custards, tarts, nuts, and sweetmeats. In 1226, King Henry III gave a Christmas dinner at the Reading Abbey. He ordered 40 salmon, heaps of venison, and boar meat. Lampreys were served in abundance. Henry V included more exotic delicacies on his Christmas menu. There were crayfish, eels, and porpoise. Ale and spiced cider were the drink of choice for the commoners. Lords and royalty drank wine by the ton. Henry III ordered 60 tons of wine for Reading Abbey. 1 ton was equal to 1,272 bottles. Mumming was a popular Christmas pastime in medieval English villages. Mummers dressed up in animal masks. They disguised themselves as women. They went door to door, singing festive folk songs and telling jokes. The animal masks were related to another Christmas tradition. It was practiced by the royalty. Revelers wore cooked animals' heads and sang special songs. The most common costume was a boar's head. In the middle of the 12-day party was the Feast of Fools. It was held on January 1st. Church officials were given a brief permission to be silly. Twelfth Night was celebrated on the night of January 5th. It represented the culmination of 12 days of merrymaking. The centerpiece of Twelfth Night was the bean cake. It was a rich fruitcake in which a tiny bean was hidden. The one who got the slice of cake with the bean was king for the night. The king could give people silly forfeits. Then people had to obey. Another name for the king was the Lord of Misrule. He had the power to upend social hierarchies. The 12 days of Christmas mattered for prognostication. It was a medieval pseudoscience. Priests worked on texts called prognostics. They were inspired by the biblical practice of interpreting signs from nature. Storms, high winds, and rainbows held special significance. They could predict the weather for the coming year. They could also foretell important events. A sunny and clear Christmas day predicted a warm and mild spring. It would lead to successful crops and good overall health. Strong winds on Christmas Day meant a bad year for the rich and powerful. The idea was that God sent signs for those who could read them. The 12 days of Christmas were a special time for this. How do you celebrate Christmas?